So it begs the question, do you know what you want for yourself in the next few years?
I think I do. I think I do.
Exactly. Hello and welcome. I'm Carly from Soundsight Studios, and today I'm doing readings at Crew Eyewear on South Congress. Join me at my tarot table and see what comes up. Let's go. Okay, I'm Carly.
Dennis, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Dennis. Are you from Austin?
Not originally, but who is originally from Austin, right?
These days. How long have you been here?
A couple of years. I'm loving it. I've loved traveling to Austin and fell in love with the city a while ago. And I decided to move here, and my life has been amazing since.
Do you plan to stay?
Say what?
Do you plan to stay?
I think so, yeah, for sure. At least a couple of years.
Good. Okay, well, let's get you a tarot reading and support your life here in Austin.
I'm excited.
You can divide your deck in two. It doesn't matter how high or low you go. You'll just take a portion off and set it to the side. Beautiful. Next up, this might sound kind of crazy, but we're gonna take a deep breath. Go ahead. Then mentally, we'll set the intention that we may see things as they are and not as we want them to be. We're going to look at a lesson you could be learning in the present moment, something you could be deprioritizing or be less focused on in life, and where to put your energy instead, because it's valuable. How to do that, and what you can trust within yourself as you move forward. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You can turn over your top card. The Ten of Cups is a card about seeing a big picture for yourself and seeing a vision. It's also about looking at that vision in the future for yourself. Things are up in the rainbow because it's more aspirational than it is practical, but any great plan begins with a dream. So it begs the question, do you know what you want for yourself in the next few years?
I think I do. I think I do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When's the last time, like at the beginning of the year, do you do any goal setting? Do you do any vision boards? What's that process like for you?
I usually try to do it continuously. Obviously, like New Year's resolution, great reminder to work on that. But I get random sort of spurts of like energy of wanting to make a shift towards a better projection in the future. You know what I mean? Better trajectory.
Do you feel like things have changed? Has your vision changed a lot over the years? Like just the last 1 or 2 years since living here?
Yeah, it's become more mature, I would say. It's become more focused on what actually matters in life.
So the priorities have shifted a little bit.
A little bit, yes.
I would highly recommend to write that down, and especially when you're having that energetic moment and you're feeling really enthusiastic, capture it. And I mention a vision board, especially with this card, because a vision or an image is worth 1,000 words. And sometimes a color can hold an emotion for us or a feeling. It can evoke something that we feel. And if you have a day where you're less enthusiastic and you're feeling less connected to that goal, being able to see that image and have that emotion rush back to you can keep you anchored.
Love it.
So that's our first card, a lesson to be learning right now. Use that energy to your benefit and capture that vision so that you can really stay connected to those goals, even if you have a little up and down with your energy. Let's look at what you could be less worried about. This card represents resting. The Four of Swords features 3 swords that represents a victory that the knight recently experienced. And then that 4th sword is gold, like him, which is a symbol of healing. So the character is healing after having gone to battle, and he'll have a secret weapon available on the other side of this rest. Maybe you've taken it easy on yourself, or you've been able to take some rest, and maybe now it's time to get into action. Push yourself. Before we dive in, let's compare this to this card for where to put your focus.
Okay.
The Eight of Wands is about moving forward one step at a time, not looking down, not looking back. It's kind of an annoying card because it's like running a marathon instead of a sprint.
Yeah.
It's saying sometimes you can be in the middle of a journey and you're not getting a lot of validation or feedback, but you have to choose to not quit and not go back.
Interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Yeah, because I do relate it to my life, and feels like I'm able to gather some insight from what you're saying today.
Do you feel like you've been having to like keep yourself enthused and energized lately? Do you feel like you've had to kind of push yourself to keep putting one foot in front of the other?
I think I've had to do that my entire life, but you know, when I do get started, it's much easier than, you know, the anticipation of starting, I would say.
So for you, it's like the importance of keeping momentum going.
Exactly, yeah.
And that might be why it's so important to have these goals clarified, or this vision. I want to say vision because then it doesn't feel like they're, it feels like it can be more based around your values rather than just metrics of what other people want from you or deem as successful.
Yeah.
But know where your milestones are. So if you have a vision that's going to take 10 years to achieve, like owning a home or getting somewhere in your career or something like that, or building a relationship with somebody, then we want you to know where those chapters are that help mark your progress, that you've learned this lesson or you've gone through this part of the narrative, you've, you know, grown in certain ways. And maybe that's kind of this message is make sure that you can see that road and you don't feel like someplace where, you know, you're pausing to rest is a place where you might accidentally quit.
That's great to hear.
And action to help you do this. Accept charity. Let other people help you. The Six of Pentacles is a character who's keeping his scales balanced, and he's been kind and helped others. But sometimes instead of being the one who's doling out the thoughts and the gifts, we need to actually let ourselves receive. How do you feel your balance is in terms of giving and receiving?
I try to give more than I receive. It's difficult for me to sometimes receive just because I have the nature to try to do it myself, you know what I mean? But it's a great reminder. It's a great reminder.
Are you pretty independent?
I try to be as much as possible, yeah, for sure.
Has that been going on for a long time?
Yeah, ever since I can remember. As a kid, I've tried to be as independent as possible.
Did you feel like your parents let you down?
Not at all. I feel like I don't think I would have been able to do what I do today. Wouldn't have been able to achieve the independence that I have today without their help. So I'm very grateful.
Beautiful. Then let that stand as a symbol and a reminder of how important it is to let other people help you.
Very true. Very true.
Right, and you will help other people as well, and you're building this network where you can support one another and like everyone can improve things together.
Thank you.
And in the very center, what you can trust about yourself as you move forward. You have great work ethic, is what this would suggest. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of the apprentice. The character is hammering away on this pentacle, and it's the 7th of this whole line. And it's a reminder to just stay focused on the details that really matter, but to not get too wrapped up in the work itself. It's funny because you're here because of a work event, aren't you?
Yeah, that's funny. No, that's also interesting to see as an insight into who I am.
I would recommend then when you build your vision, make sure that it's split between what your career goals are and what the concept of success is in order for you to function in this society and have your needs met.
Yeah.
Compared to the type of man you want to be.
Yeah.
Right? And the type of community that you want to build, or the things you want to pass forward to others. Because maybe you're willing to accept more help from people now, knowing that you'll pass it forward later when you're older and at a certain level where you can do so.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. That was very insightful.
You're welcome. Clarify solidify your vision with work ethic like this and your ability to pay attention to details and play the long game, you can achieve anything. Make sure you're well anchored to it.
Thank you so very much. Really appreciate it.
My
Great
pleasure.
meeting you.
Thanks for tuning in and watching a live reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this and follow me on socials to stay in touch. And I will see you next time. Happy reading!